No, I'm not blaming him or you or anybody else at all, other than like this is a volatile situation that bubbled up and blew up, and I had to sit there uncomfortably for 14 minutes. So I'm very angry about that, Joe. That's the reality, is how this affected me.
All right.
In
At
the
the end
end.
of the day, that's all that matters. How did this affect Nick? That's what everyone wants to. I really thought you were listening to music at a certain point, that you literally just turned on like some like YouTube vid and you were just like, I'm not here.
But that's not the truth of most of these circumstances.
Right.
Most of the time, you got to be fucking prepared. You cannot discipline that child like it was your own child, because that father will show up and you'll have to shoot him in the fucking face.
Let's look at this.
Hot mic.
No, I just have songs in my head all the time.
Okay.
So
What song? Do you remember what song you were listening to while?
Probably Obvious by Travis Barker, Ian Dior and Travis Barker.
Okay.
Because that's been in my head a lot. Or it was Levitating by Dua Lipa.
Baby, I had to lace my shoes for all the blessings I was chasing. If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. Come on, dance with me.
Sometimes you got to fall back on music that just gets you grooving a little bit.
Whatever is working for you.
Oh, it's working for me. It's working for me, Joe. And it worked for me in the moment. And I'm just sitting here like, please keep this fucking drama away from me. Oh my God. I want to blast it off me with a leaf blower. Just kidding. I'm kidding. No, see, that stream though was such a disaster because it was supposed to be, and it got derailed.
It's supposed to be funny, joking around, not genuine advice.
Well, I thought it was supposed to be like actually just relationship tips and discussion, like lighthearted, but like, no, here's how different types of relationships work out. Like I was invited on with Lady Rackets. And she wasn't feeling well that night, so she didn't come on. But I still was like, oh, I guess, I'll pop on for a little bit before I go. I think, was it a Saturday? I think it was a Saturday. So I went on to Flashcast or something afterwards, some other commitment I had made as well. And so it was like, well, I'll still go on. And I guess I can talk about what it's like to be married forever. Right. And how different like dating was versus is. This whole idea of and I'm actually really interested in this subject in general, because you've got guys like Branca talking about stuff. You've got Drex talking about stuff that where he's like, Nick, look, you just don't understand. You're not out there. You don't know how it is. Blah, blah. You got Legal Mindset saying similar things. And then you've got this panel with different women with kind of different experiences and different ideas. And I'm like, well, I'm interested in this male-female dynamic. I'm interested in how relationships work out. Is it really like this? Are the red pill bros really correct? Like, is that a thing? Is this, has male-female interaction degenerated so heavily? And I know what the internet is going to respond to this. Now that like I say it, I know the chat's going to be like, yes, it's exactly like this. You don't know, you've been out of it for too long, which is fine. But also I realize that the internet is a limited sample set. And specifically like live chats are going to be people with different experiences than maybe people who are not live chatting, or people who are, working different hours or whatever. So I just like the subject. That's why I was there. I'm like, this will be kind of interesting. And then it turned out to be not that real quick.
Right.
It turned out to be so fucking like, I don't want to say, it was just aggressive. And it was, and I don't think it was one-sided. Like, I know people want to blame one particular side of the aggression, right. And there may have been more of one than the other. I don't really care, but I don't think it was unaggressive all around. And that's just the nature of how conversations go. Sometimes, blood gets up everywhere, and then everything comes out urgently, less contemplated, and you sometimes get a dramatic fireworks display.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it probably could have been made a little more comfortable if someone made a joke about how, about that this stream is supposed to be like light, you know what I'm saying, rather than like, and something to that effect. But I think you just don't want to. You didn't want to put yourself into the place.
Oh, I made a bunch of jokes at first,
right,
and they got steamrolled. So I was like, well, fuck that.
All right,
I'm good. I'm good over here. I'll try and interject like a dick joke somewhere. If I could just the right erectile joke. We'll get this one. Nope, there was no saving it.
Yeah, but I'm saying is less. I like a little bit more direct than just making a joke. It's just sort of being like, a joke about like, I don't know. It's easy to Monday morning quarterback. So it's when you're there in the moment. It was probably uncomfortable. I imagine as you're explaining, it was uncomfortable for everyone. So
yeah. Literally everyone was uncomfortable. And there were two people really involved in the firebox part of the conversation, but they looked both very uncomfortable too.
It looked like a 3-on-1 to me, actually, but not like the kind that people like to watch. Well, I guess cringe watching. What I'm saying is it was chemistry that just didn't work out, but that had nothing to do. If anything, the chemistry would have been better because of my stream, not worse. And that's why I don't know why I would be held to blame.
It's a great way to write history. I love it. It's perfect.
History's written by the victors.
So a couple things, Joe.
Okay, enlighten me.
You said, "Oh, this is a little bit of the student surpassing the master."
Mm-hmm.
Right, Joe? You think I haven't done that shit before? You think you're merely adopting the grift, Joe? I was born in it. I was raised in it. I've lived it. I breathed it. It's infused into my body and my veins. I've done those streams. I've done them, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I've done them many times. And I've said the same things that you have said.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it because you're over here like, oh no, my stream was great. They're perfect after my stream. That's certainly not why Branca was texting Faran or messaging Faran on Twitter trying to get on the Datamax show. It's all the good blood is why he's getting in there. That definitely is what happened.
So wait, you think Branca went in there with the ambition of trying to blow her up because he wanted to go after her because my stream?
No.
I don't think that was went through his head.
No. You're misreading everything, but it's okay.
I'm not misreading. That's what I'm interpreting you to be saying right now. I don't think
misinterpreting then.
Okay.
No, he didn't go in to blow up on Faran's stream.
Mm-hmm.
But there was unfinished business from your stream and from the other stream. Because I think he was on someone else's. I think they were on someone else's before yours, or maybe it was just Mindset reviewing it. I think it was Mindset reviewing your stream. Mindset
was reviewing the Datamax stream.
Okay.
He didn't even review my stream because there was no drama out of my stream. Yeah. Mindset reviewed the Datamax stream, which happened after my stream.
Okay. But no, I think so. The thing is, with every step, you cannot divorce any step from the whole product.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do it.
Uh-huh.
And I would thoroughly suggest that it was contributed.
Totally.
Which, by the way, no problem with it. Like, I don't mind what you do. I'm not here telling you not to do it.
You're just blaming the juice.
Someone said in the chat real quick, Branca was not uncomfortable. You go back and look at that thing. Branca was misunderstanding what was happening, and he was very intoxicated. He was definitely uncomfortable. Like, that look on his face was something I have not seen from him before. He was angry.
Yeah, he was
in that moment. He was offended by what he had perceived happen. Again, he was wrong in that perception, but that doesn't change your reaction to something when you perceive it. And so if you think he was not uncomfortable in that situation, he was absolutely uncomfortable. His discomfort manifested in a completely different manner than other people's did. And everybody's on that stream manifested differently. But that's true. That's what makes live streaming interesting, though.
It is because the three women had three completely different reactions. Like Chrissy Mary became like passive aggressive, like kind of like making like snarky type of biting, like the old man get off my lawn type of thing. Like
That's a career woman,
I
baby.
think you have issues
Career
because your
woman.
mom
No.
died when you were 11
No,
and have
no,
abandonment
man.
issues.
No.
I think it's time to get off Branca's lawn. He's yelling at all of us. Hey, Branca,
Okay.
what does your mom think of your takes on women? Oh, right. Just like your hairline, she isn't coming back.
It's not nice.
but like
Yeah.
not in a lighthearted way that I think she normally does, but it was more like trying to poke him. Like,
Well,
you
she
know,
was put off by his initial comments when she
which
came
was
on
you're
the
going to get
stream.
divorced. Yeah.
I'm not telling any individual relationship what'll happen. I don't have a crystal ball.
You literally
I'm talking-
told Chrissy she'll be divorced in 5
No.
years.
No, I said statistically.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what happens. Generally, that's what happens. Of course, there are exceptions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's engaged and saying you're going to get divorced.
And she
Right.
doesn't, she has never had any experience with him. So he had,
Right.
you know, he hadn't built up any sort of buffer credibility with her to lend on. So she just sees someone who's aggressive towards her. And I think she was actually misunderstanding what he was saying a little bit too.
Right. It was
and
it
so-
was it was ugly. Are we
It
drinking?
was the kind that a lot of people like to watch. I'm drinking. I mean, you can if you want. I'm game.
What are you on?
I got a little bourbon.
Bourbon.
What do you got?
I'm still on my Carlisle. I keep coming back to this. This is just you love to try new things. I'm like, no, I just really like this.
If I see that, I'll try it immediately.
You must.
But yeah,
It was
that
unbelievable.
whole thing was a mess. I don't want to dwell on it.
We just have for the last 30 minutes.
I know. Let's do something else. Cheers,
Yeah, okay.
brother.
Cheers.
L'chaim.
Salud.
Mm.
Or as your people would say, Zdash Bramazojski. Or I don't know.